Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hi, welcome. It's nice to have you here. So today we are going started working when I was with this Munolo when I was 4 months pregnant, and I stopped when I was 8 months pregnant. And like I said, I was working 20 days in a month and having 10 days off at home to myself so I can at least relax and let the baby breathe and be able to get a little bit of a social life, just so I do not get any form of depression, because we all know that depression is real for new moms and all that. So I was having a really strong support system, people that I could talk to, people I could tell out the pain about this job. Sometimes a job is not always roses. Sometimes you get yelled at. Sometimes you get people having a big day, taking it out on you, and start work at about like 11:30, and I don't be feeling good, my nigga. Like, shit be fucked up in my mouth right now. Yo, Zaya, now I just woke up. This baby is showing me nonsense, like it's dealing with me, bro. Like, I didn't even. Yo. Just got here, my friend. So tired. I mean, I'm doing all this because I wish I can see you, type deal. I wish I can see you, my friend. Yes. So, there were this day whereby my supervisors called me and they asked me like, oh, how many months are you? Because I had a really huge bump, like it was huge. So they asked me like how many months I was. Like, I could tell like they are concerned. Like, I do not probably go to labor while I'm at work. So they even asked me for evidence, like, proof. Can I prove to them? I was like, yeah, I'll talk to my pediatrician. No. Oh my God. I'll talk to my OBG to give me something that I can show to you guys, but I'm perfectly healthy and I can do this. And yes, of course, I did it. There was like this day, right? I was in the changing room and there were these, ladies that were there to work, but they were a little bit younger than me. I could say they were probably 19, 20 and stuff. And I was just there trying to dress up, and they were talking about being a single mom can be hard. Oh my God. I mean, sometimes people can talk about you, but not really be able to tell you to your face, but you'll just be there and they'll just be talking and you'll just figure it out on your own. Like, these people, they are talking about me low key, but anyway, you can't do nothing about it. Talking about, I want to have my life together, I want to be married before I could even think about children, because it's so hard, like, to be a single mother. It's not easy. And mind you, at the same time, and that's why I always advise not to assume on anything ever, because I was not a single mom. I was married. It's just that, at the time, I don't know how to explain the situation, but that is called for another video. But they was just talking, but they didn't really know if I was a single mom or I was not. But, I feel like people used to look at me and feel sorry for me. Like, why does she have to go through all this hardship in this condition? Okay, because my tummy kept growing. And it was growing big and big. Like, it was not just like a small tummy that you could hide. It was like a very visible bump that you cannot hide. So I was a topic. And it was okay. I didn't really care. So I was a topic and it was okay because I had my mind on this 10K. That's where my head and my mind, I was just calculating, like I was just like had my mind and my focus on this 10 grand. Because when you're doing such a thing, mostly pregnant, and if when you have everybody talking about you around you and people pointing you fingers, some people even like look down on you, feel like, oh, they ditched her and stuff, it kind of becomes hard for you to, focus on your goal. But if you only like focus and remember, I used to think about why I started. Why did I take this decision? Why am I doing this? And my whys were the only thing that were keeping me going, regardless of what people were saying to try and shame me or put me down. I forgot to mention that what kept me going was food. Food played a major part in me being able to do all of this work, heavily pregnant. And I used to eat a lot of rice. I used to eat a lot of food that are packed with grains like rice, and meat. I used to eat a lot of vegetable. Like I said, I was taking vitamin C supplement for my veggies. So you really need to be eating good, like food that will fill you up to be able to do this hard work, heavily pregnant that way. I remember there's a funny story, right? I remember there was a day I forgot my lunchbox in my car, and there was an African brother sitting beside me, and he was eating his rice. Oh my God. I know this is so embarrassing, right? But I had to walk up to him and be like, can you spare me some? I had a little plate, they offer like free plates, free salt, and, free ketchup and spoons. So I had to just go and get a plate and plead with him, would you, because if I would eat anything like a burger or anything like fast food that comes from like the vending machine, that wouldn't fill me up at all. And hunger was my biggest defeat. Like if I was hungry, that's the only thing that could stop me from being able to perform the task at hand. So that was the only challenge that I used to have. Sometimes I would forget my lunch. Obviously if you're working on a heavy schedule, you are constantly thinking about this work. You want to keep your energy focused on that so you do not give up. So you intend to neglect other parts of your life, like my hair wasn't looking that good. My space and stuff, I would only clean when I'm off. I would just wake up, literally jump in the shower and get right back into it. So yeah, I used to ask for people to spare me a little bit of their food, just in case I forgot my lunchbox or I didn't get enough time to cook. So that's the biggest challenge I used to have, like cooking the food, being able to wake up, because some days you just come back at 5 a.m. and you're tired, because if you're getting out at 5 a.m. you're obviously getting it home around like 6:01, 6:02, and you are exhausted. So most of the times I would just boil rice, because rice was my main food, because it's just easy. Like I just boil it and boil my stew and eating major oils so that it can keep me nourished and filled up. And so within an hour's time, I was done. So I will surely try and make a video on full details on that, on how was I able to accomplish that. It was a smoothest. Like even the doctors, the nurses, everybody that was there that day, they was like, wow, we have never ever seen such a easy labor and easy delivery. They was doing all sort of tests on me, trying to make sure that there's nothing wrong that I drank that probably led to this miracle. But all I could say, it was flexibility and eating good food and doing this other stuff that I was doing, of which I'll talk about it in the next video. So all I'm trying to say is pregnancy is not a disease, like it's not a sickness, it's not a reason for you to give up. So yeah, assumptions, people were just assuming, they were just assuming, obviously, like I'm a single mother and stuff like that, or I'm just left to be all by myself to suffer or whatever. But I started when I was 4 months and I stopped when I was 8 months. So that is 5 months or 6 months. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that is 5 months. So saving 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's $10,000. Honey, that is 10K in cash. So I was keeping, storing this to $2,000 in my account. And, even when people try to put me down, when I know my account is smiling on me, I was like, okay, fine, let them talk. I'm going to keep pushing. I'm going to keep going. I did have to, quit all my habits that I had before I was pregnant, like getting my nails done, getting my hair done in the salon, eating out, like dining, and buying like all unnecessary things that I do not need. So I was mainly at a minimalist lifestyle. Everything minimized, just trying to make sure that I get this 10,000 saved right before he's born. So on my days off, I would just go and do my laundry, vacuum, clean up my apartment, and talk to my. So $3,500 minus 900, it's $2,600. So I was spending in a month like $600 in food, transportation, because this job they had a shuttle bus, so I only had to take one train. That's taking me to the destination where I was getting the shuttle bus. So I was just spending like 600 for my food, because I'm mainly somebody that makes my own food at home. So in a month I was spending 600 due to I would buy snacks at the job. I would buy some little bit of soda and this and that. So I was being able to put aside $2,000 every month in my pocket, saving it up. So it was 3,500 for 20 days in a month of work for 175 per night. So it was good. Like, it was good. It was good money. And I was paying $900 in rent. And I was paying about $500. No, $50. $50 for my, electricity and gas, because I'm a minimalist. In my apartment, I didn't have no TV, didn't have no subscriptions. I just had a bed, a couch. I was, renting a studio apartment, and I was living in Baltimore, in Maryland. So the prices can vary, from state to state. So all in all, I was putting in my pocket about. So we all know that pregnancy causes emotions. So I used to feel sad. They used to make me feel so sad and so emotional, feeling like, why am I in this kind of situation? Like, why do I really need to do this? At the same time, like I keep saying, this goal and this ambition that I had kept me going, and knowing that I'm trying to build a good future, or let's say a startup life, or like a warm welcome for the newborn baby. So that's just how it went down. So now, nights went, I used to work 10 days, 175 pay for 10 days. So I was mainly working 20 days a month and heavy. So you should really ask your own gynecologist, what works for you, because I know that in pregnancy, we all have like different symptoms and different feelings on how we are feeling and all that. So asking your doctor before you take such a decision might save you a lot, because you want to make sure that you are working all these hours and the baby is safe and sound. So when I started, The security guards at the job, they were really, really like rude at times. Like you would come in and they'll make you wait there for hours because you're not like a permanent staff. You don't have the code to get in. So you're waiting for them to just get you in there. So that was the major challenge that I used to have there. And when they come, they don't even acknowledge that they've kept you waiting there. And we all know that if you are pregnant, like I would, I spent it 30 minutes going to this job, 30 minutes coming back for the 10 days. So it was just like so stressful because we're standing for 8-10 hours. You get a 45 minutes lunch time and you take some breaks when you can, not not anything less than 10 minutes. So we're working in the fridge and you were standing there, and sometimes some people will just come there, not being in a good mood, and they'll find a way on like taking out on other people. There were a lot of outbursts in the place. There were a lot of people screaming on other people. There were a lot of people that were just quitting. So whether you are a student, you are a veteran, or you're just somebody that is not being able to work, have a commitment at the time, this is a perfect app for you. So now on how I managed to do that, heavily pregnant, and what was keeping me going, what was the secret, because there is no way, like I was getting tired, my whole body, like my waist used to hurt a lot, but I had this remedy that I was using that was keeping me going. And even the people that I was working with, they just used to be surprised, like, how do you always show up in this condition and get your work done and leave when we get off and come back again tomorrow? Oh my God. So the first thing I did was to find supplements, talk to my doctor and kind of like explain my situation with her. Like, okay, this is what I'm trying to do. I first of all discussed it with my gynecologist. Like, this is what I'm trying to do. Is it safe? Is it okay? Can I do this? And she said, okay. So I told her I get tired a lot and I was having a lot of nausea and I couldn't eat. So those were my major problems that I had in my pregnancy. So I went ahead and told her, like, this is what I go through. So she told me to keep up with my prenatals and eat a lot of fruits and veggies. So she added more iron and prescribed me some fish oil and vitamin C added to my pills. So disclaimer, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not telling you this is what you should do in your own situation. You should ask your... I forgot to mention that what kept me going was food. Food played a major part in me being able to do all of this work, heavily pregnant. And I used to eat a lot of rice. I used to eat a lot of food that are packed with grains like rice, and meat. I used to eat a lot of vegetable. Like I said, I was taking vitamin C supplement for my veggies. So you really need to be eating good, like food that will fill you up to be able to do this hard work, heavily pregnant that way. I remember there's a funny story, right? I remember there was a day I forgot my lunchbox in my car, and there was an African brother sitting beside me, and he was eating his rice. Oh my God, I know this is so embarrassing, right? But I had to walk up to him and be like, can you spare me some? I had a little plate, they offer like free plates, free salt, and free ketchup and spoons, so I had to just go and get a plate and plead with him, would you, because if I would eat anything like a burger or anything like fast food that comes from like the vending machine, that wouldn't fill me up at all. And hunger was my biggest defeat. Like, if I was hungry, that's the only thing that could stop me from being able to perform the task at hand. So that was the only challenge that I used to have. Sometimes I would forget my lunch. Obviously, if you're working on a heavy schedule, you are constantly thinking about this work. You want to keep your energy focused on that so you do not give up. So you intend to neglect other parts of your life, like my hair was. Yeah, so it was just that, and I do not regret. A part of me feels proud and feels like I've accomplished something in life, that I did not allow pregnancy to like defeat me, and just so other women can know out there that it's not a sickness. It's just like you're having somebody that's growing inside of you. So if you do have any other goals and ambitions that you're trying to fulfill, you should be able to go ahead and do that, because I was able to do that. And even when I was going for my delivery, the hard work really helped me out as a form of exercise, because I only went into labor like 1 hour. And after that 1 hour, I got a really safe delivery, no epidural, nothing. It was all natural. So I got there within an hour. And so you should really ask your own gynecologist, what works for you, because I know that in pregnancy, we all have like different symptoms and different feelings on how we are feeling and all that. So asking your doctor before you take such a decision might save you a lot, because you want to make sure that you are working all these hours and the baby is safe and sound. So there were a lot of people that were quitting on the spot, because it was like, when you're standing one place, so there's mainly like I think 4 or 6 or 7 departments, but the people that were coming with this app, because like it's just like you're coming as an assistant, you are not a permanent employee over there. So we were working in this line. You need to stand there in one space, just keep throwing something in the box and the box keeps moving. So I've seen a lot of people quit. I've seen a lot of people have outbursts, and I seen a lot of people give up. But you know what, if you are driven by a certain ambition, you just think about that, and that alone is what's going to keep you going. It was not an easy thing to do, but when the money came, not only that, the fact that you are heavily pregnant, and I was using these heavy boots too, of which I still think about it and laugh, like, why didn't I get lightweight shoes that would have kept me warm still? But anyways, the shift was a 10-hour shift, and you stand on your feet for the whole shift. You were allowed to take breaks where you go and drink some tea and some coffee, but you wouldn't do anything more than 10 minutes without any of them supervisors coming to your face and telling you you are needed. You need to go back to the line. So I was devastated at some point due to, some employees' behavior. So it was a cold room warehouse. The temperature, it's pretty cold in there. Like, we can talk about 40-50 degrees Celsius. You dress pretty warm, so you dress in heavy clothes. Like, you want to make sure that you are dressed in a way that you're warm, like you're not getting any cold. They do provide you with hair nets and, gloves and some other plastics to cover your hands and cover your feet too. So you'll be warm. If you dress up warm, you're going to be warm. And remember now, heavy clothes are heavy on you. I was working to save up for the new baby, and I wanted to have like 3 months sitting at home after having the baby, without being deep into getting the help from the state or anything like that. So this is how I did it. It was hard. Like, it was not easy, but I was able to pull through. It was like very challenging because if you're pregnant, naturally you get tired. You not only get tired, you get moody. Not only you get moody, little things are like frustrate you, and standing on your feet 8 hours, that's like almost impossible. But I was doing a 10-hour shift, starting from 7 p.m., finishing at 5 a.m. in the morning. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hi, welcome. It's nice to have you here. So today we are going to be focusing on a story time, how I made $15,000 pregnant. So I started from when I was 4 months pregnant, and I stopped when I was 8 months pregnant. So remember now, we're talking about hard labor in a warehouse, in a cold room, doing an overnight shift. So mainly I was working 2 jobs. I was working 2 jobs, and